3, 2, 1, go! Hello and welcome. Today we're going a little further. It's day 69 and we're going 6.9 kilometers. And with me I have Thomas Bak, who is my colleague and partner. Welcome, Thomas.
Thank you very much, Lars. Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. We just have to go through here.
Yeah.
Until now I'm doing very well, Lars, and
We'll just switch side here.
we will see how I'm doing in 6.9 kilometers.
Yes. And we are in Valby.
Yes.
Running next to Damhussøen, Damhus Lake, we could say. And it's about 7 kilometers if we take the number 8 around the lakes. Is that right?
Yeah, I would think a little less, but we'll figure it out in the end, so you get your 6.9.
I'm sure we will. And Thomas, we work together.
Yes.
We have a company where we make software, but that's not what we're talking about today. First of all, how's your running? When did you last run?
Actually, and I think I mentioned that to you, I'm a little bit excited about this run because it's my first run for a long time.
Yeah.
I have in my musculus maximus in my left leg I have an injury, and it has been there for a long time. I think it's I'm 54 years old. Lars, you will soon turn 50, right?
Soon.
And what I have discovered, and I've done lots of sports in my youth and in my whole life, and sometimes you get injured.
Yeah.
Then you do a little treatment of it, and then you get over it. But the older I get, it's like in Danish we say you get a skade, an injury, and I think now I get skavanker, which is like permanent injuries.
Yeah.
So it's like they keep you in company.
Yeah.
Not just popping up, but they kind of stay there. But
Yeah.
I still feel quite okay.
Yeah. But you've run a lot in your life.
I have done a lot of running.
Marathons and
Yes.
yeah.
So I'm not too worried that we can't do
No.
these 7
But we'll take it
kilometers.
nice and slow,
Yes.
and we can walk, and we can run slowly or walk or whatever. So that's not an issue. And but what you have done more is a lot of gymnastics.
Yes.
Isn't that right?
Yes, I've done a lot of gymnastics, Lars.
Yes.
I started doing gymnastics when I was 4 or 5 years old,
Yeah.
and my mom took me to a gymnastics club, and I started doing gymnastics, and that was really fun for a whole season.
Yeah.
Until, and that's normal here in the Danish gymnastics culture, that each gymnastics club every year they do a big show, a performance where all the teams in the club will show what they have done. And after my first season, when I was like 4 or 5, when I heard that I was going to do this show, I told my mom, gymnastics is not for me, Mom. I'll quit.
You didn't want to do the show?
No.
Okay.
Standing there in front of an audience,
Yeah.
no way, Mom. So,
But did
Yeah.
you do it?
no,
No? Okay.
I quit.
Okay. But obviously you came back.
I came back, yes. Yeah, I came back. Actually, I was raised and born in Aarhus,
Yeah.
which is the second largest city of Denmark, with its 450,000 people, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
In Aarhus there is a special gymnastics club. It was actually part of Aarhus Gymnastics Club, AGF, which is today more known for their football team.
Yeah.
But that was where we started. But that team was then split out into a separate gymnastics club, and today they are called Flying Super Kids. And it's a team of kids. And yeah, when I was on the team, I joined the team when I was 7 or 8 years old. You were kind of picked and selected to join the team, and so we were a group of gymnasts from the age of 7, 8, as was my age when I started, and up till 24, 25 years old. So it was like a team where you had a great distance between the youngest and the oldest.
Yeah.
And the group traveled a lot, so I was on the go with this team, traveling in a lot of places over the world, and it was like the adults or the older gymnasts took care of the younger ones.
Yeah.
So
I just wanted to add, because everybody in Denmark knows the Flying Super Kids, but it's they do performances almost circus-like in nature, right?
Yeah.
And they travel all of Denmark and all of the world. So in Denmark everybody knows about it, but there are also a lot of people internationally who knows about the Flying Super Kids.
Yeah, so that kind of took up all my time when I was a kid, and which also means today.
When did you join them?
Oh, that was in I'm from 71 and I joined them in 78, I think.
Okay, so you were
so
still
1978, so
7 or 8 years old.
yes.
Okay.
When I joined the team.
Yeah.
And I stayed on board for more than 10 years, and then I was coaching them for another 7, 8, 9 years, coaching along with me joining the team when there was like shows and stuff, because I still liked the tumbling and that part of it. So, but what I was going to say is that, you know, I was a normal school kid as well. So I was in school, I was in high school while being a gymnast as well. But today, almost all of my very close friends are friends that I made in gymnastics.
Yeah.
So, and now also some friends that I made at work. No, but I think that's what you know, gymnastics or any type of sport where you're together as a team can do. You know, it can give you and kind of educate you as a child into being social, into being open up towards friends around you. And oh, there's one of my coaches. Hi.
And that's what you still do now. You're not training anymore, right?
But I'm not. Well, if you really ask me to, I can still do a handstand or a flip. Or
I'm going to ask that later. But don't worry about it. We want proof.
So a little bit about. I mean, my gymnastics background was with these Flying Super Kids, and that was kind of show gymnastics. But on the side of that, because I just couldn't get enough, I was also doing competition in a neighbor town of Aarhus. So, so I did. I was on a competition team, and I was on the show team, and I was also, since I was 12, I've been coaching gymnasts. So I know my way around this. I say when I get into a gymnastics place, it's like, you know, the cows going on grass. They know exactly what they do and what they smell and
where to go and
so
what
that's
to do.
the feeling I have. So I have 3 kids. And as they grew up, I introduced them to gymnastics. And that's also the beauty about gymnastics. You can start very early, like in the gymnastics club where I'm a chairman today. We have a lot of our teams that are for very small kids from 1-2 years old, and they come with their parents, and their parents and their kids participate together.
And
in in that way, yeah, playing, but structured playing, and they learn to wait in line, and
yeah.
so they kind of get educated in being part of the sports club life. And what I was going to tell is that that's how I started with my own kids. This parental guide, gymnastics, and one of my oldest daughters, he actually, they all became quite good, but my oldest daughter, she kind of stayed on board for the longest, and but she had some, we'll go right here.
Yeah.
But she had, if we just stop here for 1 sec, Lars.
Yeah.
Because this is in this direction. You mentioned that we started in Valby.
Yeah.
And we started over there where I live.
Yeah.
And I'm actually looking this direction. So what we have in here is Rødovre.
Yeah.
And that is where my gymnastics club is situated today. So right in there.
Okay.
I'm a chairman of the gymnastics club. You can see the club name here on my back.
Oh, yeah, what I'm looking at. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, but what gymnastics can do, because it's evidential proven that being part of a social movement that actually moves, and you're part of other kids and you make friends there and stuff, it just gives you a very good start in life.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give my kids that as well. So, but today none of them is doing gymnastics. My son, of course, is doing football, which is the most popular sport in Denmark. Second by gymnastics.
Okay.
So gymnastics is actually a very popular sport in Denmark, and it's not like Olympic gymnastics or something like. It's more like gymnastics for fun.
Yeah. But it's not
so
as
more than
talked
300.
about.
More than 300,000 people in Denmark are actually
it's a very
doing
big
gymnastics.
sport, but I always find it, because I know we also had gymnastics and clubs where I came from in Holbæk and Roskilde for that matter, and there are many people doing it, but it's not as talked about. It's not as evident on the radar as football or handball or tennis or.
And you know the three sports you just mentioned there, people are living of it. They are professional, and we do have a few profit, but they don't earn money on this. There's no money in it.
There's no money.
So you hear about the sports where the money are, because that's what's shown in TV.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can compare football. When we talk about football, which is soccer ball for those who don't know it as soccer ball.
There's a lot of money.
It's very popular, right?
Yeah.
But only for the men. They just started recently, showing female, the top female players. They're just slowly starting up now, showing their games. But it's divided in men and female, and
that's true.
And if you look at football, which is the most popular sport in Denmark in general, then you will find a split of maybe less than 10% is girls and the rest is boys. And that's sometimes what we are working on politically and strategically. How do we get more girls, young girls and women into sports, into the sports where we actually join a team, where you get this social gathering around your sport. And gymnastics is quite good when it comes to equalizing the men and women.
I guess there were more women than men in gymnastics. Is that true, or is that just an assumption?
No, that's true. And so for each 10 members we have in our gymnastics club in Rødovre, 7 is women.
Okay.
So it's kind of the other way around.
Yeah.
So we kind of work also to get the sport popular for the boys, but we really have a strategical focus in our gymnastics club, to help our mayor and the community getting more people into sports in general, and also helping with equalizing the split between men, boys participating and girls and women participating in sport clubs.
Yeah.
So my kids are not doing gymnastics anymore. I was coaching them also here in Rødovre when they started, and then in 2019 someone tapped me on the shoulder and asked, Thomas, we need a new chairman of the board.
Yeah.
Can you join? No. I was kind of busy with a lot of other stuff, and I was worried, you know, that I wouldn't have enough time to perform well as a chairman. But Thomas, can you be the chairman? And after some thought, I said yes. And we were quite a big sports club at that time with a little less than 1,000 members. And I joined not with an idea that I could do this with my left hand and sending a few mails, but I really wanted to go into this and try to make a difference.
Yeah.
And today we are the absolute biggest sports club in Rødovre. Not that that's a goal in itself, of course, but for us actually it is, because we want to help our mayor, the politicians, the citizens living in Rødovre to be part of the foreningsliv or sports club life.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said, but we have grown from those around 1,000 members till today we are 2,000 members.
So you doubled up.
We doubled the figures in a period of 6 years. It's always a little bit difficult to be a big club. It's like being a huge company. You get a lot of positive feedback, but also a lot of negative feedback, because, you know, we have
many opinions about what's to be done and
we have resources to actually make a difference. But gymnastics really is a good sport in the sense, and I will return to the mother and father and child type of gymnastics, because we can take in members when they're very young, before they know what they want to do actually in sports. Where is their interest? Where is their passion? It could be karate, it could be handball, it could be football, it could be any sport. But by taking them in to at least one type of sport, they get used to the culture of being a member in a sports club.
The social aspect.
Yes, and then when they get maybe 6, 7, 8 years, they have their own opinion that I want to do karate or whatever they want to do. So we're kind of the, let's say, trampoline for the young ones to actually jump out into the world of sports.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And gymnastics is, in that age and stuff, it's about getting to know your body, you know, balance, strength, running fast, waiting in line. You know, with gymnastics, the young kids, they get to know their body. They get to know their limits, you know, and they also get a chance to actually move beyond some limits they thought they had. So it's kind of an education to go into any sport that could become their passion. So
the ground rules of how to move your body and how to act socially and be on a team and all these things. Yeah, they're important in gymnastics, and they're educated through gymnastics.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think so. Today, Lars, I'm working with you in software, and I really like that work, and I really enjoy, you know, how we work together and how we accomplish things together. But and that's of course where I get my bread and butter. Because my job as we are crossing this small bridge here. But my role as chairman of ROG, Rødovre Omegns Gymnastikforening, is totally volunteer work.
Yeah,
and I have
no
to
payment.
say, no payment.
Oh.
And I have to say that, you know, I work 10, 15 hours on this project every week, you know, volunteering, taking time away from my family and kids who are no longer there. But it's so giving to, you know, spend some of your life, you know, helping a community, a society in addressing, you know, social needs, movement for kids and adults. So it's really giving, and it's part of Danish culture.
Yeah.
I think sports clubs, you could call them club association or sports associations. Yeah. Of course, we have the bigger associations in Denmark, which would be these umbrella organizations that takes care of gymnastics, take care of football, and all the clubs doing different types of sports. But running a club, a sports club in Denmark we do it in quite a unique way, I think. First of all, we are really dependent on volunteering work, and people do participate.
Yeah.
Almost half of adults in Denmark do some sort of volunteering work, just as I do as chairman of a gymnastics club, but you know, volunteering as coach, as there are so many jobs around a sports club that requires volunteers.
But I know that often also people work outside the club to bring money to the club.
Yeah,
like
and that's
guarding at concerts, or working at parking spots for festivals, or all these things that.
Yes, and that's actually another way. So the volunteering is a big part of how we differentiate ourselves, but also the government, the state, and the local communities, the local mayors will put money and support gymnastics clubs like the one I'm running, and all types of club or sports associations.
Yeah.
We are actually getting support money-wise from the government.
Yeah.
And we all run these organizations as non-profit. And
all money goes back to the participants.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of maybe the third thing that differs. It's a very democratic setup around sports clubs in Denmark. So our members, of course, they join a team when the season starts. We are right now starting the new season, which is 25-26. So they find the team in ROG, in my sports club. We have more than 60 different teams with different types of gymnastics. So it's almost like many mini clubs in one gymnastics club, but supporting different types of gymnastics. So
I guess also different levels of.
Yes. Competition is one part, and the parent-children department is another part, and then you know, we have also a part with show gymnastics and stuff. But anyway, the members are right now joining a team, and they pay a member fee. On top of this member fee, we would not be able, solely based on the member fee, we would not be able to run the club as we're doing it. We would not be able to grow, to give our members, you know, what they are asking for. We can't anyway. They're always asking for a lot, and I think that's good because that shows interest. But on top of that member fee that they are paying, the sports club actually gets support for each member which is younger than 25 years. We get a fee from the community. It's part of the budget in a commune, and it's part of a budget in the government of in the state of Denmark. So,
government spending.
So, but it's a democratic process because who owns a gymnastics club? Who owns a sports club? There are a non-commercial sports club, which is most clubs in Denmark.
I guess the members do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And there is a democratic process where the members actually have something to say.
Yeah.
I'm the chairman at this point in time, but I'm elected by the members, so it's organized almost like or really just as a company where,
or maybe
where the biggest authority who makes decisions, that would be the yearly general meeting, where all the members are invited. Any interests around the club are invited, and they can come in, and the general meeting will elect the board members.
Yeah, like you.
Yes, they will elect a chairman, and they will elect the rest of the board in seven. In Rød Omegns Gymnastikforening in AUG, we have space for 7 members in the board.
Yeah.
So it's a democratic process.
Yeah.
We are actually in AUG. We started some years ago. In my time as chairman, we started this yearly survey where we actually ask our members, we ask our volunteering instructors and stuff, how are we doing? You know, where do we perform low? Where are we? What are we good at? And the season starting right now, last year's investigation showed that we can improve ourselves greeting new members welcome in the club.
Okay, so we're better at welcoming new members.
Yes.
Okay.
We are very focused on the social aspect of being in a sports club, and we kind of but we treat ourselves as the ROG family.
Yeah.
So
and it's not Republic of Gamers.
So no.
No. Well,
so we are family of members where the young ones take care of the old ones, where you know, where you have to be honest. We can talk about things, we solve things together. That's at least the mission we are aiming for.
That's what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. So you have the general meeting, you have the board of the club, and then in our case, over the past 6 years, I, together with my board members of AUG, we decided that we need to professionalize a little bit. Our mission really is to ensure that as many of Rødovre's citizens becomes part of a sport club.
Okay.
And
in some way, and it doesn't need to be yours. Or,
no, not really.
No.
As I mentioned, we could be that trampoline for the very small ones that will trampoline right into a handball club or a tennis club or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But so that's like a political decision you made.
Yeah. Yes.
That we want to.
And to support that, Lars, we had to organize us a little bit differently, was at least what I thought, and together with some of my fellow members of the board, kind of professionalizing, even though we are a volunteering sport club. That's nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful view. And we get some noise, sorry about that. Tractor.
Yeah, the farming industry is a big industry in Denmark as well.
Yeah, well, not just exactly here, but
well, obviously yes.
Obviously, I think
he's lowing.
He's cutting grass.
Yeah. And first step of there were several steps of kind of organizing AUG differently. First of all, we have done a bit of exchange in our board, and you know, that's also in a sports club. Normally when you elect the board, that has been so for many years, it is changing though. You know, nobody wants to be in the board because that's like volunteering work, you don't get paid, and
it's a lot of work.
But you always have some passionate gymnasts or handball players or whatever who would say, okay, nobody is volunteering, so I will do it.
Okay, I'll bake the cake.
Yes, exactly. The way we are organized now is that all of the people around the board of AOG, you know, have skills. That could be marketing skills, that could be financial skills, that could be project skills, you know, skills they have from their educational background, skills they have from their work environment where they're using these skills. We are setting those skills in action in AOG to actually try to make and create as much value and quality for as many members as possible. So that was one thing, but that's not enough. We had to have somebody waking up in the morning and the first thing they would think of is not our wow and software, it should be AOG and members of the club. And so in 2019, a few months after I started as chairman of the board, we employed our first full-time employees. And today we are 4 full-time employees. So we are 4 people waking up in the morning
each day
and knowing
working
that
for this.
What I have to do today is, you know, making sure that this event is getting the success in terms of happy people joining as possible, that we actually get the information of our new season out to the relevant audience and stuff like that. So that has been quite a change, and I think that's a change that many sports clubs are going through these years.
Taking a more professional
a professional approach to developing your sports club. And I have to admit that I thought that this, with my background in gymnastics, and I do also have you know, educational background in IT and business, and I'm also running a business together with you, Lars, and so all of those skills put together, I thought that, okay, I will take a turn and I can probably do a difference here. I will give it a go at least. And I didn't go into that naively thinking that, you know, there's not a lot of work in that. But I have to admit that the work is more than what
It's more challenging than you expected.
Yes. And it's, I mean,
in a good way?
Yeah. It's in a good way, but also, you know, the government, the state, our community right over here, Rødovre, are supporting us as well with facilities. That means that we can book our teams into the sports facilities of Rødovre. You know, that could be small gyms in the schools, and for us, a big organization like AOG, we have to kind of try to place ourselves all over Rødovre, because we don't have a gymnastics place that can take in all of us.
No.
So we have a few square meters that are really great for gymnastics, and then we have a lot of square meters that are good, that are okay, but all the clubs in Rødovre are trying to get their place to do their sport. And of course we need all the sports clubs that we have, you know. Some of the clubs have more potential for growing, for inviting more citizens in, but it's also relevant to look at diversity in sports. It is needed that, you know, we have smaller clubs that are doing some sort of sports which are not so popular in Denmark, but at least there are some citizens in Rødovre that wants to, that has a passion for this sport, and then it's very important that there is room for that as well.
Yeah.
But the limited resources when it comes to facilities, it's a big
You have to
big
prioritize somehow.
Fortunately, right now, our mayor and the politicians around her, and have decided to put in 80 million.
Okay.
I think the number I heard is 80 million kroner into
That's around
renewing
$14 million.
Renewing facilities, building extra facilities and stuff, and of course, all of us doing different types of sports will raise our hand and say the facilities should be gymnastics, the facilities
obviously
should be tennis, the facilities should be whatever, and I think the way we are organized in Rødovre sometimes creates more struggle between the sports club because of the way we are put together and the decision process.
Okay.
I think it's great that we can come with our input, but I think somebody neutral
should make the decisions.
Should make decisions. So but
so everyone is.
But this is something we see all over Denmark. I've been part of a bigger association, DGI Storkøbenhavn, which is like a gymnastic or a sports clubs association in Copenhagen, covering all the sports clubs in Copenhagen area.
Yeah.
And what I learned as a board member there, we are all struggling with the same, I would call it challenges, not problems, challenges, because it is challenges. And if we don't get the facilities in AOG which would support our potential growth, I will not be hurt. I will not. I mean,
no, you won't take it personally.
But of course,
you're still fighting for it.
I'm fighting for it, and all the other club boards of the other clubs are fighting for their sport, and that's how it should be. And none of us, we are passionate about our sport, but what the decisions really should take into account is making sure that as many of Rødovre and Rødovre's surrounding citizens can get into sports.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily about all of us passionate volunteers and how we can argue one or two or three things about our sport. It's really, I would wish that there was like a process optimized for sports clubs, giving their feedback and giving in what they require, their requirement specification, as we say in software, and then somebody more neutralized that are not best friends with one of the clubs and that doesn't have children in ice hockey or where that would be could make a neutralized neutral decision. And I think Rødovre is trying that a bit, and with some success, by inviting in that kind of association for the sports clubs, DGI Storkøbenhavn. So they have made an agreement with them, that they will help with a vision and with some decision making at least.
Okay.
But in the end, it is the politicians that will be elected now in November that should and that has the power to make decisions. Also decisions that are not popular, but hopefully decisions
that are right.
That will be right for most people possible.
Yeah.
And how far have we? I mean, we are back.
We still need 700 meters.
If we look, you can just see that's kind of the water tower just sticking up there in Rødovre.
Yeah, you can see the point.
We have actually passed, this is Valby, where I live. Then we have Rødovre over here, and then we have Vandløse, the other side. So we have actually been passing three different communities.
Parts of the city.
But let's go
We
a
can
little
go,
further.
we can go about, I think, 400 meters that way. No, 300 meters that way, and then we can go back. Okay. Then
I am back.
Yeah. Thomas Bak.
Yes.
Yeah. But that
No.
was interesting to hear about all the work you do, and many others do.
Yes.
And the processes for distributing those resources that are available. Yeah, and how the clubs work politically. I mean, it is a democratic process. There's not one owner who can
wants to
decide.
profit.
Yes. So the resources in the club is spent on the members of the club.
Yes.
And that's a very solid way to yeah, it's a solid way of working a sports club, I think, because it's best for everyone that everyone gets something for their membership, right?
Yeah. And actually, I didn't know if I mentioned that, but you know, you pay a member fee to be part of a team in the club.
Yeah.
But that's not all. The membership is a fee for being part of the club, of the sports club, not just this particular team.
No.
So that you're part of the club, you own the club together with the other members. You're part of that yearly general meeting if you want to be.
Yeah. And you can speak up and have influence.
Yes.
If you have something you're burning to do,
Yes.
you can maybe persuade other members, and that democratic process is then possible.
Once you have enough members saying yes, that's what we want, then you can go in that direction. Or once you have enough members saying, well, we need a new chairman, then you can put in other people to manage the interests of your sports club association. So
But Thomas, do you think you can do a flip-flop? It's your trademark.
yeah, maybe we do it in my garden when we're back.
Ellers så klipper vi det bare ud det her.
How far do we still have?
Hvad siger du? Er du okay?
Ja. Altså, er vi omkring de 6,9?
Vi er på 6,6.
Okay. Jamen, det passer.
We need 300 meters more. 250.
I will do a little handstand for you.
Okay. Woo! Well done. Amazing.
That's what I've done my entire life, of course.
I know, but now I got it on video.
And I have to say, Lars, a big part of being part of the gymnastics club is the people I work with in my board. You know, sweet people in my administration, sweet people, passionate people, all the volunteer instructors of the club. Like working with you, you make it's more than the benefits of getting a lot of people in. It's also the benefits of being together with passionate people, in our case passionate about software, passionate about life in general. But that's exactly the same being a volunteer in a sports club. Actually, surveys show that being a volunteer will extend your life.
Okay.
So maybe that's the final offer here to
we'll end on that.
to our fellow people. If you want to extend your life, join your local sports club as a volunteer.
That's a good advice. That's good advice. And we're almost done now, 50 more meters. I want to thank you, Thomas, for joining me today.
Thank you, Lars. It was
It's great to have someone who can share their stories and who wants to run with me and going a little further.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. 6.9. There we go. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. There might not be a video tomorrow because we're going on a run actually out here in Hvidovre.
Okay, yeah.
Rødovre. Maybe it is Rødovre.
Is it Rødovre?
It's the color run.
Then it should not be Hvidovre, then it should be Rødovre if it's a color.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah,
I think
now
it
you
is
say
Hvidovre. I think it is Hvidovre.
It is Hvidovre.
Yeah.
But we'll be running that. I'll be running that with my sons tomorrow, and the video might be a bit late.
Wow.
Because there might be a lot of editing. But I'll see you sometime tomorrow or the day after.